All right, so a real quick review on a pretty disappointing game. Tonight was the night to get a win against Vegas. They played last night. All the teams above the Kings lost or didn't play, and Kings didn't capitalize. And pretty early on in the game, it wasn't looking good. Even though the Kings did have a two-goal lead at one point, the first period, Cal Peterson bailed us out. Vegas was flying. It was a real up and down, back and forth game, really until the third period when Vegas kind of sealed it with their fourth goal. And the Kings just we're not good enough. We're not good enough to compete with a team like Vegas in that style. And eventually, the better players on the better team are gonna get the goals, and that's kind of what happened. And so, you know, the 2-0 lead, it was hopeful, and you're kind of hoping that, okay, well, maybe Vegas is just going to be tired after playing last night and they're not going to make a big push, but they made their push, kind of helped by a pretty poor display on the power play. I want to call out Kempe. I thought he looked very lazy on the power play, especially the one where they had a couple breakaways. Even before they had the breakaways on that, they were just in our zone while we were on the power play, and then getting not one but two breakaways. Mark Stone finally scores the shorthanded one. And then there was another time where Kempe just made a bad pass, and power play didn't look good tonight. They also let in a power play goal to Max Pacioretty, a milestone goal for him. So congrats to Pacioretty. I think a little bit underrated. One of the better American players, in this past generation, and doesn't get enough appreciation, I think. But anyways, yeah, power play goal against. And it just kind of shows the difference between the penalty kills for both teams. Both teams, us and Vegas have really good penalty kills, but the Kings are so passive, and it's a much more collapse and, let the other team kind of stay on the outside type of penalty kill, whereas Vegas is super aggressive. They were super aggressive tonight, and that's something that I want to see from the Kings more moving forward, because we have players that are on the penalty kill that are really good at getting their stick on a puck and taking it right up the ice for a shorthanded chance. Trevor Moore's done that a couple times. Adrian Kempe is really good at that. Jared Anderson-Dolan's pretty good at that. Kempe and Dolan had that one-timer, 2-on-1 kind of play, shorthanded. But I think the way that they kill penalties, they don't allow themselves to get those chances as much as I think they could. And obviously it's working. They're second in the league in penalty kill, so don't change something, for nothing. But I think adding a little bit more aggressiveness, a little bit more, puck hounding would benefit us, just because of the style of play the style of players that we do have. Other than that, I thought Brendan Lemieux had a pretty good game. His first game, I thought he looked a little out of place, kind of trying to start some drama, just to start drama. But tonight, he obviously got the assist. That was nice for him. And I think just played a solid game. That fourth line was really good tonight. Christian Wolanin, not so good of a game. He started off pretty well. Oli Mata on defense also played really well. But Wolanin, he started off well, and then, man, just he got beat a couple times, and a couple of those goals against were his fault. Just really want to see either Toby Bjornfoot or I think Matt Roy's the closer to returning. He needs to come back. We desperately need Matt Roy. Just like the last time he was injured, defense kind of falls apart without him. He's a rock back there, and you notice it tonight, especially when Vegas kind of put the gas pedal down to the floor, and just four unanswered goals, not much pushback from the Kings, and it's tough because that's probably going to be what we see on Wednesday. Hopefully not. Hopefully they shuffle some things around. Maybe one of those defensemen can come back, get healthy, but not looking good. Didn't look great tonight, and there's, I think, 16 games left in the season. It's going to be pretty rough, I feel, for these last 16 games. Just got to keep telling ourselves next year is going to be better, because, like I said, tonight was the night to win, and they just didn't. And can't do that. Can't do that with the gaps that are in the playoffs right now. The Kings are still somehow in it, and they're just not capitalizing on their chances.